Hey guys, it's Cassie. I'm back today with a journal flip through for you guys. This one was for a swap with Lisa, and she requested kind of a shabby chic journal, and so this is kind of my take on that. Obviously it has lots and lots of lace and tabs and ruffles and things, and but then the cover is also very like lightly colored and still has like the gold detailing and florals that I like to do. So yeah, it is a standard traveler's notebook size journal, just an insert style. So anyway, I'm gonna just jump right in and do the flip through. So it's just held together with this pink ribbon, which actually has a little bit of gold detailing in it, like glitter. And the cover, I did this flap that flips up instead of the normal flip open like a book. And then tucked inside, I just have this vintage photo of these three children. And then on the cover, I have this, it was like a sachet, like piece of fabric that you cut out two pieces and then stitch them together into like a sachet. But I thought it was the perfect size, actually, for pockets for a standard traveler's notebook size journal. So I added one to the cover here to make a little pocket on the front. And I just think that's so cute with the butterfly and the little flower. And then tucked inside, I just have this vintage postcard, which was unused. Just put that over here. And going inside, I've lined it with this black and white striped paper. And I just folded the excess of the flap inside and stitched it along the top to make like a little tuck spot, and added this vintage playing card, which I think is so pretty, and just tucked in this little poem about blessings in life. And then the front page, I've added in this die cut, which is just free, it's loose, but I use this vintage calling card to kind of anchor it down. And then this is actually a vintage greeting card that I had to trim it a little bit, but I glued it together to make like a little pocket, so it's got a pocket in the front and the back, but I left it empty so she can use it to hold whatever she wants. I like having a big pocket in the front or back of my journals to hold like journaling prompts or, you know, things that I might use in journaling. So I left that blank for her to use. And then on the back it has a little scripture. And then just some lined paper there for journaling space. Then there's a big pocket here with a lace tab. And then inside I've tucked in this envelope, which is full of like little embellishment pieces. There's some tabs, some labels, flower die cuts, things like that. So that just tucks right in there. Got a vellum sheet. And then another top pocket here, which is just the excess of the page folded over. And I've tucked in one of my tags from Heather. And I'll link her shop in the description box below. And then just a little coat check tag here, which I've connected with a little piece of twine with some silver string in it. And then there's a vintage letter here, which is just between two girlfriends. So, yeah, I thought that was perfect for a swap journal. And then on the back of that page, this actually flips open, so she can, you know, add some journaling space on both of these, but I just held it on with a strip of bus tickets there. And then these are bookmarks that were printables from the Graphics Fairy, so she can use them for journaling or collage or whatever. You guys know that I love to include like raw supplies, I guess, for lack of a better word, in my journals for the new owner to use however they see fit. And then on this side, I've just tucked in another little journaling card here and a vintage receipt, which actually has like the, what's that called? The carbon on the back. Just tucks in there. And there's a little heart or a flower dangle there. Some journaling space. Notebook paper. And then I've put in this religious photo. I think it's, yeah, it's from Portland, Oregon. So that just goes in there. And then this is vintage. It's like a little piece of scrap from a scrapbook. But it said, God giveth grace unto the humble. And I just love that. And some journaling space there. This is one of my pasted together sheets. And again, she can add some lined paper, blank paper, just for journaling space on there. This folds out. More journaling space here. And then this is just like a tip-in, which I love this color on these matte pages. Because it's still light enough you can write over the top and it's not going to be like too distracting from whatever you've written. And then inside this little tuck spot, I've added in some, just some vintage pieces for her to use, again, for collaging or whatever she sees fit. I love, yeah, like adding in stuff like that, authentic vintage stuff. And then I've used this like recipe box divider to make this corner tuck on the other side, and these pages are actually recipe book pages, so I thought that was like it fit together with that pretty well. And then this is actually a printable from Dot's Inspiration Shop. I always get their name mixed up. I'll link it in the description again, but this is from them, and then this is from blanking. Anyway, it's a printable tag. I'll link it in the description too. I've had these for a while, but anyway, so just made a little collage tag there. And inside here, just another little coupon there. But I like the little numbers, so that's why I put that in there. And then I've just put on this little tiny tag here on my paper clip. And this is actually authentic vintage also, from 1893. And it's just a long, like, ledger sheet for a tax district. City is San Jose, California. So I thought that was pretty cool, and the handwriting is really, really pretty. So that's just a cool piece of ephemera for her. That just clips over the edge of the page like that. Another thing that I like to do in my journals, and this is just a little tip for you guys, anything like this that is just like naturally really distressed and aged, I'll try and show the details of the page on both sides. So like you noticed I folded it like an accordion style, and that way I can just clip it over the edge of the page and you can see it on this side and also on the back. But yeah, that's just a little pointer for you guys in just like the visual appeal of a journal. And then on this page, I've just clipped on this little button card and tucked in this vintage postcard. You guys know I love using vintage postcards in my journals. So that one's got really pretty handwriting on the back and a nice stamp, postmarked 1909. So that just tucks right in that pocket there. And then this is kind of a neat little page. I love this floral. So obviously that's kind of dark, and she can add in some journaling space here, like with some white page or something. But then on this side, I've made this envelope fold out, and then on the back I've just attached, well, I guess this is the front side, but I've just attached it into like a corner tuck spot and added in an extra little tuck here on top. So I've just tucked in this what are they called, catalog card, and inside I've tucked in another postcard there from 1932, and then another vintage receipt. So I noticed that the dresses, this is from a yearbook page, the dresses look kind of like tassels on the bottom of the envelope, and I thought that was kind of a neat little effect. And then I posted a picture of this spread on Instagram, and Heather actually commented that they look like tassels, and so I thought that was fun that she noticed that too. Anyway, but the inside, the centerfold, is the 1952 May Queen. So this is like a high school yearbook page, and I thought it was so pretty with all their dresses, and it is May, so I thought that was perfect for this journal. And there's the maypole. So super cute page, and then the flowers just complement that so nicely, I think. And then on this side, so this is a vintage charm, I'll show you guys, that I got from Lisa's shop. And I'll link her shop in the comments or description also. And then this is just like a floating pocket here that I've tucked in a little vintage photo, and just this little thing that says Home Sweet Home. This isn't vintage, but it's cute, so put it in there. And then the pocket is empty, so that just clips right there. And then in this side, I've tucked in this little distillery iris form, which is not filled in, but it's really great. Like, the texture is really perfect, and the color, I just love it. And I only have a handful of these, so it's a special thing. And then some lined paper for her to use. Be to make some journaling space elsewhere in the journal. And then, of course, you can journal here on this little pocket. And then the back side is just that recipe book page, and then the other side of that map. This is actually an Oregon Trail map, and it came from a big book of pages like this. Like, you guys have probably seen me use these in my journals pretty often, but it's just a really good, like, kind of heavier weight paper, and it has these really cool graphics on it, so I love using that. And then one side is really blank, so it's great for a journal because you do get like that natural journaling space. And then the other side of that ledger, and then I made another little tip in here and added like a little bit of lace to it, just for like this lace thing that hangs out of the journal. So, and then attached a little key charm, so that's cute. And I love the little embroidery on this. It's got like 2 rings and 3 little daisy flowers. And then this side is just the other side of that Gwen Frostic book page. And the back side says, "And the seeds and another miracle." So I thought that was perfect for this journal too. And then on this side, I've got a vintage letter and just one of these octagon coupons, which I have a handful of these and I love them, like just the natural patina and like the uneven cutting, and I just love them. So I think they're fun little ephemera pieces to include. But this letter is from 1881 and the script is just gorgeous, I think. So that just tucks right in here. And then the back side, this flips open for lots of journaling space, and then more journaling space on this side. And then on this page, I have a flashcard and then just a little journaling card with a bunny rabbit on it. And then this, I love this little illustration here. And then on the back is just a little prayer card here and another pocket, which I've left blank. Yeah. Oh, then the other side of that vellum sheet and the other side of the map page, almost to the end. And then in the map pocket on this side, I've tucked in this coupon here and like a check register thing. And then this says "Every day is a new beginning," which I think is a great reminder. And then the inside of that card with the sentiment, I think is a really great one to have in this journal. And then there's the big pocket on this side with the other side of that die cut, and then a little reminder, perseverance is strength, which is also like a tuck spot, so she can tuck something in and it'll stay. But yeah, that's the journal. I'm also sending along a few little goodies, but I'm gonna leave that for her, and if she chooses to show it on a video, that's up to her. But hope you guys like this journal, and thanks for watching. See you in my next video.